This is Dean Bradley Lakay. He runs our Safety and Security Training College here in Muizenberg and the other satellite campuses. And he is busy with something really exceptional. At the moment, we are about to make a big change in how our Metro Police, law enforcement and traffic services work. Since the establishment of these services, we have been on a soft border approach. That means you've got officers allocated over a very large area, responding to complaints and operations day by day, but no dedicated presence ever in a single ward. We've never had the resources for that. But in the draft budget for 2025-26 is an inclusion for something that is really a seismic shift for us, a major shift in focus, a change in how we are approaching operations, and that is our ward-based officers or neighborhood safety officers approach, where we will have 5 dedicated officers in every ward in the city. That is a big change. Instead of raising a complaint to an officer that does not know your area well and spends 20 minutes traveling to your area from wherever they happen to be, you now have officers in that ward every day. This means faster response time to complaints. It means understanding and having local knowledge of the area so that they're not looking for streets. They know what you're referring to when you're complaining about issues. It means having a relationship with community organizations like the CPF, like the neighborhood watches, like the local South African police, like the private security companies, like other community structures. And it importantly means the ability to return to those recurrent problems without constantly having to be called upon. At the moment, our system is largely complaints-driven because of our limited resources. We deal with around 2,200 incidents per day, and the presence of these officers in the ward means that instead of constantly being complaints-driven, we will for the first time have the luxury of seeing officers proactively and increasingly proactively dealing with complaints in those communities that they know are recurring, where these things have been raised at CPF meetings, at sector meetings, at sub-council or ward committees, that they know that these complaints are there and they're able to engage. Also means regular meetings with those community structures, with the ward councillor, so that they understand the issues and that we can increase transparency. And we have a special reporting system that's going to attach to them, that's going to make sure that we are giving weekly reports to communities on their performance, on what they're doing through the handheld devices that they will all be issued. And that is going to be a much more transparent and accountable exercise than we have ever been able to do in the past.
But there's something distinctly different about the training we're doing this time around. And we've also put together a special course just highlighting the principles of discipline, integrity, respect, building community trust. Even though all of this training is integrated into our whole course, we found it important enough to develop a special course just to drive that home. We always speak about Sir Robert Peel. We use him as the founding principles of community policing, and we always say without the support of the community, we cannot really achieve much in our community. So that inspired us to highlight on just taking people back to basics, to understand discipline, respect, integrity, the importance of accountability, how important it is to build trust within your community so you can actually effectively police that community. And that is what we bring to the table now. And also before these members are released, we're also taking them to an experiential learning phase, and then we as a college can continue monitoring and observing and ensuring that everything we've taught is actually embedded and can be applied out in the field. So this is quite an exciting moment for all of us.
I'm really excited about that. It's a particular curriculum that Dean Lakay is taking these students through that will train them in how to spot recurrent problems in the community, how to develop strategies to deal with those recurrent problems, how to address them, how to partner with other service departments in the city and elsewhere in government to resolve these issues, how to engage the political office bearers and the structures of council to help solve problems and make sure that we are able to deliver services, deal with problems like poor lighting, vehicle wrecks, graffiti, areas of vegetation that are unkept and that cause risk for the communities. So it's about a holistic approach to these communities and working with the communities to achieve those virtuous outcomes. And this is a big shift for us. We've never had the resources to be able to change gear like this. And we're hoping that the public are going to work with us. If the budget is approved next month in May, these officers will become a reality in September. And every ward in the city will be seeing those dedicated group of officers working in those communities. And I believe that is going to make Cape Town a safer place with more hope for people, more access to opportunities, and more opportunities for communities, families, and children to be safe on their streets.
There's so much that has stood out during this course. We have the best facilitators making sure that we learn every day about integrity, how to uphold the Constitution, how to make sure that we are the best that we can be out there one day. And that one day is very soon, and we are very excited to make sure that we serve the community as much as we can. Eyona nto kanye kanye siyifunayo kuba sikwazi ukuphuma siye phandle, sikwazi ukuserve i-community ngendlela e-right nangendlela efanelekileyo, apho sifunde khona thina sifunde intlonipho, safunda uba sikwazi ukumelana nantoni na ezawukwazi ukudibana nayo ngaphandle, and sincamile ukuba sikwazi ukuserve i-community ngendlela efanelekileyo.
I would definitely say for the past couple of months that we've been here, I've learned so much about to be a traffic officer, how to be a proper citizen, and also to be a better officer for the people outside. I've learned a sense of pride, integrity, to protect the community, how to help the community in order so that they can help me make my job much more easier, and also to attend to any matters, to any troublesome situations, so I can help them.
Okay, so 'n paar goedjies wat vir my uitgestaan het gedurende die loop van die kursus sover is 'n mens gaan met die gedagte in dat dit gaan maklik wees om 'n verkeersbeampte te word of 'n polisiebeampte te word, tot jy eintlik gaan sit in die klasse en begin met die werk en sien jy maar dit is nie. Dan begin jy te leer van al die klein goedjies, al die verskillende seksies wat jy moet volg, die regulasies, en dan kom die klein goedjies soos integriteit by. Die integriteit leer jou soos hoe om trots te vat in jou werk en hoe jy die publiek moet hanteer met respek. Soos die Dean nou gesê het van die gesegde van Robert Peel, you can't police a community without a community. In orde om daai community te bou, moet jy integriteit hê. Want as jy nie die community met integriteit hanteer nie, dan gaan hulle jou nie respekteer nie. Dan kan jy nie die policing doen wat jy moet doen. So ja, en dan saam met dit gaan dissipline. Jy moet gedissiplineerd wees om dit te kan doen. En die respek te kan toon wat jy moet betoon teenoor jou superiors, die community.
Definitely say discipline. Discipline is a big role, especially in the job that we are doing. If we especially do not have discipline yourself, how are you able to show others discipline out there and respect as well? No matter the person's status in the community, to always have discipline and respect that person.
Our facilitators have installed the notion of us having respect for each other, respect for the community that we are about to serve in a couple of months. But just them being very adamant in us approaching the community with respect. You being deployed to a ward, your familiarity with different hotspots, the people, I'd say that it would actually be a huge game changer.